Let's get to some headlines from across the state of Texas, and a few of them that are pretty notable. One of them, this is, I got a text from Matt Stepp this weekend, the aforementioned Matt Stepp, and he brought up, and I tend to agree with him, it's like it's a strangely active time of year right now for coaching changes across the state of Texas, because normally, this would be times, it's May, there's not a whole lot going on. Not the case so far. I bring to your attention 3 pretty big coaching changes from across the state. We will start in Beeville at Jones High School, as Beeville Jones is looking for a head coach, as Chris Souza has announced his retirement after a 39-year coaching run, including 28 as a head coach, 198 and 26 in his time there at Beeville Jones. Very interesting to see there. Typically, I will say, you may remember the last game that he won was against Cal Allen in the Air by-district round, and that was, I believe, the first time Cal Allen had won a playoff game in like 30 years or something. It's crazy. But Beeville Jones is now open. I will just say, typically, look internal for things like this, especially with retirements that somebody probably knew, and I would guess that there's probably going to be internal hire. So Beeville Jones is open. Orange Grove has made a hire. You may remember that Orange Grove came open earlier this year, and they have found their new head coach. They are bringing home one of their own, as Orange Grove graduate and Schertz Clemens head coach Jared Johnston is going to become their next athletic director and head coach. He's been at Clemens since 2012. He's been 67 and 62 in that time. Had a couple of really nice years, including back in 2015 when they went to the regional final. Now he's going home to be the new head coach at Mama was calling at Orange Grove. So he'll be the new head coach there, as Schertz Clemens is now looking for a new head coach. So keep an eye on that one. And finally, in the head coaching round, Cy Ranch has been open for a hot minute. You may remember. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Marcus Shavers leaves McKinney.
Yes.
Okay. As a result, they go and they pluck Nate Leonard from New Braunfels Canyon.
Yes.
Followed me? Cy Ranch head coach Sean McAuliffe leaves Cy Ranch to go be the new head coach at New Braunfels Canyon.
Correct.
And now, Lubbock Estacado is open, as Will Blaylock has been named the new head coach.
Which is funny because those are like all very notable names.
Yes.
Like those are people that you should absolutely know their name.
And I want you to think about this. DFW, Central Texas, Houston, South Plains. Like, we're just spanning the map here. Will Blaylock, of course, a former 40 under 40 representative. He's 17 and 8 overall in 2 seasons with the Matadors there at Lubbock Estacado. That'll be a hot job out there, but it's a big job to come open this late there at Estacado. But Will Blaylock will be the new head coach, reportedly, according to Matt Stepp at TexasFootball.com. He'll be the new head coach at Cy Ranch. So that is particularly notable. Okay. I had a couple of headlines, and they all kind of fell into the same kind of bucket. And so I kind of called it, nice little week for the Longhorns.
Yeah.
Nice little week for the Longhorns. We'll start with this. They got a really nice get in the transfer portal, and it's kind of a double dip for them, as they have picked up a transfer portal commitment. What are we calling that? Transfer portal commitment?
Sure.
Commitment out of the portal from Jermaine Lowell. Jermaine Lowell was one of the most sought-after players in the transfer portal, 6'3", 310-pound defensive tackle, who will probably go in and help fill the gap left by guys like Byron Murphy and Tavondre Sweat. This is a guy who was really big for Louisville last year, and more importantly, this is big for them because Oklahoma was considered the real heavy favorite for the services of Jermaine Lowell. But Jermaine Lowell is now moving into to Texas, going to take over as presumably one of their key pieces on the defensive line. So the Longhorns get a commitment out of the transfer portal from Jermaine Lowell. Elsewhere, and we posted this on TexasFootball.com. The early line is out for the revival of the Texas and A&M rivalry. The first line is out, you may remember, Thanksgiving weekend. It will be Texas at Texas A&M in their first game since 2012, I believe was the last time they played. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
No, 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
2012 was the first year they didn't play, yes. 2011. The line, Texas -4. Texas a 4-point favorite on the road at Kyle Field. Now, that tracks. Texas is going to come in with considerable hype. This is a team that played in the college football playoff last year and brings back their starting quarterback, brings back a number of important weapons from what they bring, from what their run last year. They are kind of the more established kind of power right now. Mm-hmm. Texas A&M has a new coach. Texas A&M, you never know how things are going to go. They've got a variety of different questions there. 4 points sounds about right. Yeah. I think Texas should probably be a road favorite. That would mean that on a neutral site, presumably, Texas would be a touchdown favorite.
Yeah.
Sounds about right to me. And I think Kyle Field is probably worth 3 points. So, yeah, Texas is an early favorite against A&M. And then, I want to make sure I bring this up. Okay. So everyone's going nuts over the new college football video game.
Yes.
NCAA Football 2025, I think they're calling it. Yeah, they always do the year ahead.
Yeah, it's
very car. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Cars always do that.
Yep.
Like you can buy a 2025 car right now.
Yeah, like the moment August hits, it feels like it's like there's only 25 on the lot.
NCAA Football, College Football 2025 features a variety of different players. One of them, the cover was revealed this weekend. Quinn Ewers, the Texas quarterback, is spotlighted on the cover of the 2025 edition of NCAA Football 2025, which will sell 1 million copies because everybody's really fired up about that. So anyway, you can go check out all the headlines for that about Texas, college football, and texasfootball.com. I want to also direct you to texasfootball.com because there is a variety of 7-on-7 tournaments that went on this weekend, including our friends were out at one of them.
Yes.
Malpal and Carter, Malpal and Braylon were out at one of at the Arlington SQT. Went to the Ag Town, where the teams that qualified for the Arlington one. Did you see this? Did you hear about this, Kev?
I did.
North Crowley. Mm-hmm. I don't think necessarily surprised.
No, not at all. Pew pew.
And the Coppell Cowboys.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you know what I didn't think about until now? It is ironic because they qualified at the Arlington tournament, in which last year was the team that knocked out Arlington High School in the 7-on-7 tournaments, because you and Mallory were in a heated sideline argument over this game.
Look,
you're
all the way up. All the way up.
Yeah.
At the Anna state qualifying tournament, Anna, the defending 4A Division I state champs, who are moving up to 5A, which means they will, by the way, also move up to the Division I bracket. They qualified, as well as Rockwall. Rockwall's qualified at the Anna state qualifying tournament. In Division II, at the Kilgore state qualifying tournament, Kilgore won their own tournament. They qualified, being Chapel Hill in the state in the final round. And the LaGrange tournament, LaGrange, Hampshire, Fannett, and Bay City qualified for the 7-on-7 tournament, which we will be live at there in College Station, coming here at the end of June for the state 7-on-7 tournament. You can find all the 7-on-7 information at texasfootball.com, and those are headlines.